It's a difficult journey, deep into the forest. There we find Isidore Morello, but his machete isn't for cutting down vines or branches. It's a weapon, protecting his plantation against thieves looking for one thing: vanilla.
The problem has been going on for some time now. If we don't guard our vanilla, we will lose everything. We have to be vigilant so we don't get killed.
For months, farmers in Madagascar have been sleeping in their fields to guard their vines.
We sit in the cold at night. Sometimes we don't sleep in the hut because it's out in the forest. My husband was already attacked once. When he sleeps, I don't sleep. When I sleep, he stays awake.
At daybreak, we journeyed to Ambanizan, a coastal village at the edge of the forest. Many gardens are full of vanilla, each vine the result of the dedication and care of farmers like Leon and Orestin. The orchid flower that produces these pods only blooms for a matter of hours each year. When it does, it needs to be pollinated by hand. That's because the bee that naturally does it is only found in Mexico. But pollinating the flower is not the only mark that the farmers leave. Just on this vine here, there's more than $150 worth of vanilla. When these are dried, that's how much they'll sell for. They're so valuable that they've actually been branded. There's a name on here because they're trying to avoid theft. And the extraordinary safety measure is necessary. Last year, Leon's whole crop was snatched away in broad daylight.
I was working in the rice field when the vanilla was stolen. The thieves quickly took their chance to steal it. I was so sad. I cried because we lost everything. I didn't have money to send my children to school, and my family has been suffering all year.
And so, when thieves are caught, things often turn violent. There have been murders in nearby villages, something the chief of Ambanizan has been working to prevent.
When the thieves are caught, mob justice is dealt out to them. I fear that violence, because mob justice is not a good thing. So we protect the people's goods so they don't get stolen.
It's all the result of wild rises in the price of vanilla. The global price has gone up over 1,000% in 5 years. Dried pods are now more valuable than silver. But despite the thefts and violence, there have been many positives for the people of Madagascar. A lot of money has made it into the pockets of the farmers. Walking through the village, you get a real sense that things are really happening here. It's so vibrant. People are constructing houses with better materials. Kids are going to school. The profits from vanilla are really making a difference. There's even a word for it. Those who've made money are called vanillionaires, and their cash is transforming places like Ambanizan. Thanks to the sky-high vanilla prices, the villagers here have been able to buy this sawmill to process wood to build furniture and houses. And something a little grander too. Wow! It's a full-on construction site. I wonder what they're building. So what are you building here? Une maison?
Salle discothèque ici.
Oh, discothèque!
Yeah. Restaurant.
The money to build all of this has come from vanilla. But the person who owns it doesn't just grow vanilla, he trades it as well.
Farmers may be making money, but they still rely on middlemen to get their vanilla to consumers. That's where the big profits are made. Another journey, this time to Marwansetra. The market town is a hub for commissionaires. They buy up vanilla and sell it on to exporters. I want to see if I can buy some. These men, I've been told, are dealers. I make an inquiry, and after a long wait, they deliver the only stock available.
This is what? 2 kilos. This is 2 kilos. Each kilo is 1.5. So this is 3 million ariary. I wanted to be able to buy just a little bit of vanilla, but it's not in season now, which means what you get in the black market, like here, is things like this. They've been vacuum sealed, so they cannot cut this up into smaller pieces, which means I would have to buy the whole thing. I can't afford that. This 2 kilos of vanilla costs about $1,000, so I'm not going to be able to buy any today.
But it's not just in Madagascar that the soaring vanilla prices have been felt. The other side of the world, Ruby Violet Ice Cream Parlour in London is experiencing the same issue. You can find anything from matcha green tea to tiramisu, but the world's most famous ice cream flavour, nowhere to be found.
I have orange sorbet.
Vanilla is off the menu, a result of prices being too high. For those who want a delicate flavour, malted milk is on offer. Some ice cream makers said it wasn't just price, but quality too. Pods were being picked too early. Madagascan vanilla wasn't what it used to be.
We're going to meet one of the top vanilla exporters here in Marancetra. We're told he exports 3 to 4 tons of vanilla every year.
Traders are anxious about the threat to the prized reputation of Madagascan vanilla.
Yeah, very good to meet you.
We fear for the future of the vanilla sector. Madagascar's vanilla is too expensive for the quality you get, and people will turn to other countries. We in Madagascar don't have the standards. This is what we exporters fear.
Dans 2 ans, dans 3 ans.
Along the northeastern coast of Madagascar, where the forest meets the sea, an even bigger threat is visible. Protected parks are being destroyed to make way for vanilla.
This is one part of the forest that's been damaged by people who have cleared it so that they can plant different things. You can still see some of the logs from the trees that have been felled. And this is just one of many sites like this that we've seen so far.
That's here, we take this way.
Park Ranger Armand Maruzafi and environmental activist Clovis Razafi-Malala say Maswala National Park has paid a heavy price for vanilla's soaring value.
So, like in this side, looks like very nice forest. This side looks like very nice forest, but later we'll see where is the problem.
The forest is home to endangered lemurs. It soon becomes even clearer what's at stake.
4 years ago, there was a forest here. As the vanilla is, the price of vanilla is for the sky-high price. But the people in this area, they try to get more land for growing vanilla. But here, the traditional way for getting land just destroy the forest.
This may look like just a small patch that's been cleared, especially when you can still see so much rainforest. The problem is that there are patches like this all over the place, and it will never grow back the same way again. It would take hundreds of years to recover what's been lost.
This sort of damage disrupts a fragile ecosystem. Lemurs will no longer have food here. A delicate balance starts to disappear. Ironically, the forest that they're cutting down is the very thing that makes this a perfect place to grow vanilla.
Thanks for the forest, we can get a lot of rain. And then, in that way, we can have clove tree here. We have a lot of product of tree. We have vanilla. When the forests are gone, we will lose all our value in the Maswala.
The land and the people of northeast Madagascar are experiencing the light and the shade brought on by high global vanilla prices. The boom itself may not last long, but here its effects certainly will.